Well, listen to my story about a man named Red, a poor little royal whose sex life was dead. And then one day he was scrolling through his feed and up popped the dog-faced lady full of greed. Said she was pregnant, you know. Well, the first thing you know, old Meg's a millionaire. She tricked the royal to move away from there. She said California is the place you ought to be, so they loaded up Medea's jet and moved to Beverly Hills, that is. A swimming pool, movie stars, black gold, Texas tea, and Freckles McGee in the place to be.
All right, what's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing? Hello, Governor. Hello, my son. Oh, no. He's betting good. He's a fucking little bitty. Listen, hope everybody's doing beautiful, first of all, number one. Number two, let's just put something in perspective here. So, H, just listen to this, okay? He's getting an award. Now, why is he getting an award? Because somehow he's 6 degrees of separation to Serena Williams, who has something to do with this award. And that's how he got onto this in the first place. Okay? Again, has nothing to do with anything that he's actually really done. Okay? The other thing is this. Let's just put a pin in this. His family, H's family, started the Invictus Games. Allegedly. I mean, that's pretty much to what everybody says. Okay? They started it. They put it together. They gave it to him because he needed something to do. They couldn't have him sitting around watching Friends episodes all day. Oh, Bugsy, please. Right? So they gave it to him. Now, what has he done with it? I don't know. In the last 2-3 years, right? It's now a vehicle for promotional nonsense for him and his wife. Okay, that's what it's become. It's become a grift, if you will. That whole Nigeria thing where they think they're gonna do some, Invictus Games in Nigeria. Yeah, good luck. Good flippin' luck on that. Okay. Number two. Think about this too. This is all his whole Invictus Games is now a promotion where he even takes a backseat to his wife. My wife. To his wife and her outfits and her outfit changes and walking in front of military personnel. And I mean, just every sickening thing that you could possibly have. The guy has no spine. It doesn't even seem like it's his anymore, nor does he have any agency over himself nor the event. Okay? So put a pin in that. Also, they go to visit Canada because they're thinking about doing an Invictus Games in Canada with Justin Trudeau. Where the wind blows. Right? That genius, that brain surgeon of a guy. And on top of which, they dump $1.5 million or $1 million to Michael Bublé, who was allegedly a friend of the Scheissmeist. Bow, chicka, bow, bow. Please. Okay? So they give him $1.5 million. You can't give that money to the veterans? You can't give that money to veterans' families, travel, whatever it is, gear, equipment, whatever. No, for a 1.5 minute song, if that, I'm being generous here. That's what they spend 1.5 or $1 million. If it was $150, it's too much. That stupid ass song. Okay, then on top of which. What has H accomplished? Nothing. He was known as Bunker Harry. This is not some excellent military personnel guy. Yes, he was in the military for a few years. However, he spent 10 weeks in what they say is a hot zone. And of that 10 weeks, 9 weeks and 6 days were spent in a bunker. Okay? Then on top of which, the rocket scientist that he is, security professional that he is, describes his helicopter adventures where he talks about chess pieces and his nonsense, which I've never heard any military personnel talk about. And I know military personnel that have, anyways, never heard anybody talk about any of that stuff, ever. So now, you would think, let's just say, okay, especially with everything that's going on with them right now, you would think, forget all that. Let's just say he was on top of the world. Let's say everything was going magnificently, and he gets offered this award. Wouldn't you be like, when you have a spine and some balls, well, you know he doesn't have any balls, because Scheissmeist has those, or took those, or buried them in the backyard, or whatever. Who knows? You would think he would just be like, oh, you know what? Thank you for even thinking of me. However, that should probably go to somebody much more deserving, because that's a big deal. Okay, now we're talking about Pat Tillman. This guy made it on his own to be a professional NFL player. Which, what are the odds of that? What are the odds of that? Okay, slim to slim none, right? He's got a career in the NFL. He's so inspired and moved by the things that happened. He decides to put that on hold and enlist in the military, okay? He's got life made in the shade with lemonade. He puts that on hold because he feels a obligation to go do something. That's how moved and inspired he is. Unfortunately, things happen. None of that stuff that ever happens in those situations are pretty, and he is no longer with us. Now, of all of those set of circumstances, you would think that anybody with half a brain and common sense would be like, yeah, you know what? I appreciate it, but this is not for me. This should go to somebody much more deserving. Okay, I'm not even going to get into the American this that. If he was some phenomenal, British soldier or did all these great things as a British soldier, fine. This is Bunker Harry that now is promoting and bastardizing the Invictus Games that's supposed to help veterans for basically a fashion show and a PR campaign for him and his now wife. Now, this is off of the Pat McAfee show, and this is like one of the most popular sports shows right now. And this is just a little bit of what these gentlemen say about this and how they feel about this situation. So I'm going to play this clip real quick.
ESPN. The ESPYs are taking place here in a couple weeks. Promotions taking place. A lot of conversation about Pat Tillman's name, American hero, obviously football guy, who had a full football career ahead of him, said, nah, I need to go serve the United States of America. Ends up passing away with Friendly Fire, which was a whole scene of itself. Now there's an award named after him, as there should be in the sports world, because that is somebody who is the definition of selfless. It's going to Prince Harry.
Put a pin in that. Selfless. 100% selfless. And then you're talking about the most entitled baby brat. I mean, H doesn't even look like an adult. Okay? He doesn't even look like a full-grown adult. He still looks like, I don't know, he's in his baby fat years. I don't know what's going on with this dude. Okay? The selfless act, and you're talking about one of the most selfish, spineless, ballless, sackless wonders. Wouldn't somebody somehow, something you rattle around in your mind, say, you know what, maybe I should pass on this? Nope, not him.
I don't even think he's a prince anymore, right? He said, don't call me that?
Yeah, he's been excommunicated as well.
Chosen, not...
See, why does the ESPYs do this shit? You know what I mean?
This is asinine. This is like actually the most embarrassing thing I think I've ever seen in my entire life.
For sports people.
That's what the award is for, somebody who's committed their life to sport and everything like that. It's like, when you do something like this, the immediate reaction from humans and from sports fans and like people with like just common sense and brains. It's going to be like,
I don't know why it cut out right here. I don't know why.
Yeah, I think he had. I think it's a part of the entire process. And I assume Prince Harry, by the way, I don't know anything about him except for the South Park episode and then what I've learned from The Crown and everything like that. Like, did his people know, like, hey, you publicly put me up for this award. You're just asking basically every person that considers themselves, American, like saying this is bullshit, especially at a sports award type thing.
Yes. The other thing is this. Think about this. Look at how bad they are perceived in every capacity of everything that they're doing right now. Why on earth would you even think to do this? Why wouldn't you take a hard pass on this if you were this dumb numbnuts? Anyways, let me know your thoughts. Hope you guys are all doing great. And this is just they have a friend and they have another person who has zero spine and zero sack and is gonna sit up here and this is gonna go horrible for him. This is gonna go horrible for him. If he wasn't already in the tank, it's gonna go way horrible for this guy. And I don't even think he knows what he's in for anymore. I don't even think he knows what he's doing. Anyways, let me know your thoughts. Hope you guys are all doing great. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe. You guys are the best.
Loves you, baby. You're beautiful.